was assigned a block of the Parthenon West Frieze. So we used the Parthenon in Nashville as sort of a reference on how to reconstruct our blocks, even though the frieze doesn't actually exist on the Parthenon in Nashville. We kind of use that as contextual evidence on how we would view the blocks of the Parthenon. And my job was to restore the 11th block of the West Frieze. So I had to reconstruct different characteristics that were missing. And by doing that, I used different parts from different blocks in my own blocks, just sort of to like transpose where missing parts were. But then I also used a sculpting application to hand sculpt parts that I couldn't get from other blocks. And then I also used that same application to apply polychromy and paint to it. We used two basic applications. So the first one, to create the actual model, we used Agisoft photo scan. And so that was about an average of 200 pictures just to create one model, and you would run it, and it would take hours and hours, and that would create the model for you. And then we used ZBrush, and that was a good software that a lot of artists use to create sort of digital sculptures, but we used the uploaded model from PhotoScan and then sort of sculpted on top of that. I learned a lot of technical skills that did not exist prior to this. I was not super technologically literate, I would say, but I actually went sort of above and beyond what most people in my class had to do because I ran into a lot of different technological obstacles with different computers and things, so I learned how to apply that. So before this, I kind of just considered actually physically working with materials, but after sort of knowing that I have these new skills to use technologically, there's this huge new movement of using digital heritage to sort of conserve art around the globe, just sort of archiving everything in a digital way instead of having to worry about fires and like natural things that would deteriorate art naturally, but instead just sort of construct these different models and have them for future generations.